Wazobia, promoting culture.
Hello viewers, it's your favorite show Wazobia, coming to you from the stable of Junior Shoot TV. I'm your host, Omodolakpo Abolariwa. On the show today, we've brought to you a very interesting topic of discourse titled Ethnic Diversity. And with me in the studio to discuss this topic is Aketokun Adebukola, representing the Yoruba culture from Osun State University. You're welcome to the program, Adebukola.
Moki Boboleo, hello viewers.
Also, we have Awotide Miracle, representing the Hausa culture, also from Osun State University. You're welcome, Miracle.
No, good day. Thank you.
The last but not the least, we have Adeyemi Christiana, representing the IGBO culture. You're welcome to the program.
Ndewo, hello viewers.
I'm very sure we all know what ethnicity is about, but on today's show, we'll be enlightening you about ethnic diversity. I'd like our guests to introduce us to their various cultures. Let's start with you, Adebukola.
Thank you, Dolakbo. As you can see, I am representing the Yoruba culture. And talking about the Yoruba culture is from the southwestern part of Nigeria. And the Yoruba culture is still the prestigious culture among all cultures. And also, in the Yoruba culture, most Yoruba men are farmers. They plant crops such as maize, beans, yams, and many more. And also the Yoruba women are basket makers. They weave clothes such as tie and dye, and a whole lot of things. And also, the Yoruba culture does not joke with their tradition, their myths, their proverbs, and a whole lot of things. And I'm proud to tell you that the Yoruba culture is still the best among all cultures.
Thank you very much, Adebukola. Miracle.
All right. From the Hausa culture, generally, we all know that the Hausa people are located in the northern part of Nigeria, and we have the largest ethnic group. We are the largest ethnic group in Nigeria. Now, one thing we should know that is very important about the Hausa culture is that the Hausa culture promotes love and unity. And that is why you will see that most of the time we eat together in a large iron plate. That is to display love among ourselves. And also, you will discover that in different states in Nigeria, in different locations, there are specified areas for Hausa people, and they all live together in that particular area, and that's the area we call Sabo. Is well known to everybody. So that is to show that the Hausa culture promotes love and unity.
Thank you very much, Miracle. Christiana, can you enlighten us about the Igbo culture?
Thank you very much, Dolakbo. The Igbo culture, which has its people located in the southeastern part of the country, which is one of the most important culture in Nigeria, is known to value its tradition and customs. The Igbo culture is known to love music, and they play instruments like the opi, which is also known as flute, and they are known for their unique attire and the way they dress. And the Igbo culture is known to be rich in their various foods and the way they dress and the way they talk. The Igbo culture is one of the most prestigious and important culture in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christiana. I'm very sure our viewers have learned a thing or two according to what our guests have said about these various cultures. They've learned how some cultures are particular about music, how some are particular about sharing love, and how some are more particular about how prestigious their cultures are. We'll go on a short break right now. When we're back, we'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
It was a carnival-like atmosphere at the grand finale of the 2019 Osun Osogbo Festival as tourists, cultural ambassadors, traditional rulers, which include Are Ona Kakanfo, Gani Adams, and government functionaries converged on the Osun Osogbo Grove for the age-long cultural festival.
Welcome back, viewers. It's still the Wazobia show where we promote culture. If you've been following us, you notice we've been talking about ethnic diversity. We've briefly talked about the history of these cultures. But now we'll be talking about a very important topic, which is dressing. As we all know, dressing is a necessity for humans. It is a way of concealing and covering ourselves. But I'd like our guests to explain to us how dressing can be used as a form of identifying these various ethnic groups. I'll start with you, Christiana.
Okay, thank you, Dolakbo. Dressing in my culture is depicted by a woman wearing headgear, blouse, and a two-layered wrapper. And it is depicted in a man by putting on a red cap, which signifies the suffering or pain of the community, a special top or a light cotton top, which is known as isiagu, and a cotton robe or a wrapper. So dressing is, you can identify a Igbo man or woman through these ways I have mentioned earlier.
Thank you very much. Miracle.
In the Hausa culture, majorly, when you see an Hausa man, you can depict that he is an Hausa man from the dressing. Take for instance, an Hausa man will wear a flowing gown that is called babariga, and they also put on a cap that is called uluna, which is a knitted cap, just like the one I am putting on. And when you see a typical Hausa woman, they wear a wraparound robe that is called abaya, together with a blouse, and then sometimes most of the ladies, they dress in a man-made style just to show their beauty, and also to show how important their culture is. And also for their head, they tie, they make use of turban together with a veil to cover them from their head down to their body.
Okay, thank you for that. But you talked about the long veil or the veil Awusa women have to wear. In the society today, does it mean when we see a woman not putting on the veil, it means we can just assume that she's not Awusa?
Well, not really, but what is important is that if you are to see a typical Hausa woman, if you go to all these sabo that I mentioned earlier, you will see that most of them make use of the veil.
Okay, thank you very much, Miracle.
Okay, so as you can see with my mode of dressing, I am representing a typical Yoruba woman. Yes, and as a Yoruba woman, you put on iro, buba with gele, which I am wearing. And also as a Yoruba man, you put on agbada with a long white flowing gown, and shokoto, which is pants. And also in every occasion, a Yoruba man or woman stands out with her mode of dressing. And as you can see, I'm standing out with my mode of dressing, and we have the best dressing among all cultures. Yes, Yoruba dressing has the best dressing among all cultures.
Thank you very much, Adebukora. I'm very sure our viewers at home have learned now that more than dressing is just a form of covering our nakedness. Dressing has also been explained to be a form of identifying different cultures. Now I'd like us to talk about also an important topic in the Nigerian society. We know in the Nigerian society we place so much importance on greetings. We place a lot of importance on it in the Nigerian society. So I'd like our guests to explain how different cultures take greetings to be. Adebukola.
Thank you, Dolapo. So in the Yoruba culture, greeting is very paramount and important to them. And as a Yoruba woman, you kneel down to greet, and as a man, you prostrate to greet. And not only that, in the Yoruba culture, there's greetings for everything. For example, if someone gives birth, you greet the person that's Eku Ewu Omo. When someone just gets married, you greet the person that's Eku Inowo. Or when someone just moves to a new house, you greet the person that's Eku Atile Bosile. So greetings in the Yoruba culture is very paramount and of importance to them, because they see you as someone who has home training and who has respect for everyone.
Thank you very much, Adebukola. You said they have greetings for everything they do. So you came on the show today. How do I greet you for that?
Okay, you greet me that Eku Joko.
Okay, Adebukola Eku Joko. Thank you very much. Miracle.
All right. In the Hausa culture, greetings can be formal and can be informal. So when you are formal about your greeting, it shows that you are greeting someone that is older than you, or you are greeting in an official setting. So take for instance, if I'm to greet you good morning in an official setting, I will say inakwana. That is official. But if I'm to greet you maybe because you are just my friend or something like that, I will greet you in an informal way. Take for instance, also, if I'm to greet you in a formal setting, I can say hello. And in the Hausa language, I will say sonu. Then, now if I'm to greet you in an informal way, I will say, your name is Dolapo, then I will just say Dolapo. That is greeting you in an informal way in the Hausa culture. I will just have to call your name. So instead of saying sonu, then also in the Hausa culture, when we greet, we show respect. And that is why we bow down or we bend down to greet in the Hausa culture.
Thank you very much, Miracle. So how do I greet you now?
Inakwana.
Okay, Nakwana. Thank you very much, Miracle. Christiana.
In the Igbo culture, greeting is shown to show how cultural, how respectful, and how you are of good conduct. In my culture, we greet by bending and not by kneeling, just like Bukola said. We bend to show that we are greeting you. And in my culture, we greet to show that we are respectful to our elders and to our parents. And greeting is also done, this is common and popular amidst the chiefs and the men, by using your oxtail, your scepters, your staff, or your fan to hit each other to show that you are greeting each other. Or we can use the back of our palms to hit each other so we can know that indeed we are greeting you. And you know, one of the most unique way that we greet in my culture is by smiling. So if I smile at you, that means that I am expressing my greeting to you. And then we greet in our languages by saying Ndewo, that means hello. And then I can tell you that Kachifo, which means good night, or Ututuoma, which means good morning. So in my culture, we take greeting as very important and paramount.
So thank you very much for that. But when a child wakes up in the morning, what is the right way in the Igbo culture to greet his father?
Oh, in my culture, because we value and respect elders, you bend and you greet your parents to show them, and you bend and you tell them Ututuoma, to let them know that indeed you are greeting them. Because this occurs in the morning. That is why I'm saying Ututuoma.
Thank you very much, Damilola. I'm very sure our viewers at home have learned a thing or more about how different cultures take greetings to be. Some take it as just a form of pleasantries, while some see it as a valid, more obvious reason or a way to prove that you are well-mannered and well-cultured. We'll go on a short break now. When we'll be back, we'll talk about more. Stay tuned.
Discover Kano, an ancient city with unrivaled cultural magnificence. Located in the northwestern part of Nigeria, Kano is a highly populated city with a long cultural history dating back to the 7th century. When you step into the city, you will discover the tenacious farm.
Welcome back, viewers. It's still your favorite show, Wazobia, coming to you from the stable of Universal TV. If you've been following, you know we've been talking about ethnic diversity, and we've talked about ethnic diversity when it comes to greetings and dressings. Right now, we'd like to talk about food. As we all know, food is a very important substance which humans take in just to survive. But now I'd like our guests to show us another dimension of food, to show us how food can be an important role, can play an important role in ethnic diversity, and how food can be particular to different ethnic groups. We start with you, Christiana.
In my culture, in Igbo culture, we have the most nutritious and delicious delicacies that just by seeing them, you are salivating already. We have soups like Ofe Onogbo, which is the bitter leaf soup. We have foods like Oha soup. We have soups like Okwa, which is the African breadfruit. We have foods like Okasi. We have foods like Agidi. We have foods like Ofe Nsala, which is the white soup. We have foods like Unkobi, which is made from bushmeats like antelope, rabbit, and many more. And we also have foods like Abacha, which is regarded as African salad that is made from cassava. So we have one of the most unique and beautiful soups in my culture.
Wow, that was very mouth-watering. You talked about the African salad.
Yes,
So
Abacha.
did you come with some for the show today?
Oh, I would have loved to, but maybe next time.
We'll pick a date. Thank you. Miracle, can you talk to us about
Okay, so in the Hausa culture, our food are diversified based on the timing. Now, talking about breakfast, we have some food that are classified for breakfast. Understand? So foods like cocoa, then we also have foods like kunu, and this kunu that I'm talking about, there are different species of kunu. We have kunu aya, we have kunu masara, and some others like that. And for the lunch, we have foods like shinkafa, we have foods like dambua, and then for dinner, we have foods like tuwo. Those are the classifications, and many others. Then Another thing that is very important that we must take note is that in the Hausa culture, we do not only take food as what we eat and just to satisfy us, but we use it as a significant to signify love and unity. And that's one of the reasons, like I said earlier, that we make use of a large iron plate so that we all eat together on the plate, and this is a display of love and unity among our people.
Wow, I like the talk about the long iron plate. So does that mean somebody from a different culture can eat with you on the long tray just to signify love too?
Yes, so far that is what we promote. We promote love, we promote unity, so we don't celebrate.
Yeah, that's very beautiful. Thank you. Adebukola.
Okay, so talking about food in the Yoruba culture. The Yoruba culture has the most pleasant, nutritious, and mouth-watering delicacies. And I'll start by talking about our popular amala, gbegiri with ewedu, which is yam flour, gbegiri made from beans, and jute mallow soup. We also know our favorite eforiro, which is vegetable soup, and also egusi, which is melon soup. And we also have ila, which is okra soup. And not only that, in the Yoruba culture, there are places where there are signature delicacies, like Ekiti and Ogun State. In Ekiti State, their signature delicacy there is inyo and eforiro, which is pounded yam and vegetable soup. And in Ogun State, Ijebu to be precise, their signature delicacy there is ikokore, which is water yam porridge. And you need to see all these dishes. Mere looking at it, they are mouth-watering and, oh my God. Yes, Yoruba has the best among all delicacies. It's still the best delicacies among all.
Wow, now that was really, really mouth-watering. And I'm very sure our viewers have learned a thing or two about these delicacies. And I'm sure they are also so interested to try them all, like I am. They've tried to explain how food can be used as a way to differentiate these cultures and to show how they are particular to different cultures, apart from it just being a mere necessity to human beings. We'll go on a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. It's still your favorite show, Wazobia, where we promote culture. If you've been following us, you know we've been talking about ethnic diversity. And we've talked about dressings, how dressings can depict different cultures, how you can identify people of different cultures through their dressing. We've talked about food, where we mentioned a lot of mouth-watering delicacies that belong to different cultures. And also we've talked about greetings, as these three are essential to our society and to the three major ethnic groups we have. Now, I'd like us to chip in the similarities that can be between these groups. As diverse as they can be, I believe they should have some similarities. So I'll leave that to our guests to tell us the similarities that these groups can have. We'll start with you, Adebukola.
Okay, so talking about the similarities in our culture, I'll talk particularly on each culture's festival. In the Hausa culture, they have the Doba festival. In IGBO culture, they have the New Yam festival, and also in the Yoruba culture, we have the Osun-Osogbo festival. So I'll start by talking about the Doba festival. The Doba festival in the Hausa culture is an annual religious festival that occurs every year in the northern part of the country. And the festival is always after the Muslim celebration of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Kabir. And it occurs every year, where the emir of the town comes out with horses, music, drums, and many more. They dance around the whole community and village and the villages. It can also serve as a place for tourist attraction and tourist center. And also in the Igbo culture, I will talk about the New Yam festival. As we all know, the New Yam festival occurs every year at the eastern part of the country. It is not only the celebration of the New Yam, it is the celebration of the success of all the communities and the success of the farmers. And not only that, the New Yam festival, as yam is regarded as a symbol of fertility. So when celebrating the New Yam Festival, we all believe it is a symbol of fertility, that New Yam brings fertility. And also in the Yoruba culture, we all know our popular Osun Osogbo festival, which occurs every year at Osogbo town, where we go to worship the goddess, to see different kind of adornments, sculptures, and many more. It is also a place for tourist attraction and tourist center.
Thank you very much, Adebukola. Miracle.
Yeah. Talking about similarities, we having talked about our various differences, we also have things that we do in common. We have things that Hausas do, we have things that Igbos do, we have things that Yoruba also does. So I will be talking from the area of business, our contribution to the economy of the nation. Now, we all are involved in business. Hausas are involved in business, Igbos are involved in business, Yoruba are involved in business. We have examples of someone like Aliko Dangote in the Hausa region, who is the well-known CEO of Dangote Group of Company, and he is contributing immensely to the economy of this nation. We are from the Igbo culture, the Igbo people. We have someone like Innocent Chukuma, the well-known CEO of Innocent Motors. And then in the Yoruba culture as well, we have someone like Mike Adenuga. We all know the Glow telecommunication company. He's the CEO of the company, and we can see that he is also contributing immensely to the economy of this nation. So these are part of our similarities generally.
Yeah, thank you, Miracle. Christiana.
Despite our diversities in these three ethnic groups, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, we also have our similarities, and I'll be talking from the perspective of love and family bond. The three ethnic groups love and value each other. The Yoruba, they show love by playing and by moving, by creating time for their family. Also the Hausa, just like Miracle said earlier, they create love by them eating together in a large iron plate to show love and to foster unity. And also in my culture, which is the Igbo culture, we also find time to create more time for our family and show love by playing together, doing festival together, play together, enjoy moonlight stories together. And in the aspect of family bond, these three cultures values their family, because in the Hausa culture, the Hausa man, you will never see him joke with his wife because they value their wife, yes, is their life. Yes. And they like their children because their children is everything to them, is their inheritance. And the Yoruba culture also, a Yoruba man will always hold his wife dear because his wife is his second, and their children are paramount and important to them. Now coming to my culture, which is the Igbo culture, we value and respect family because family is everything to us. Family is important to us. So regardless of our diversities, in these three cultures, we are similar in terms of love and family bond because we love and value families.
Thank you very much, our guests, for explaining that to us. This is to show us that despite our diversities in these different cultures, we also have some similarities which unite us. We have some similarities that bring us together. And our cultures might vary in different things, but the love and unity amongst us still stands. We would have to draw the curtain here, and I hope we have been enlightened about one or two things on the show today. And sincerely, it has been an amazing 1 year, yes, on the program. I'm very sure our guests can testify to that. I'm very sure you all had fun and you all enjoyed. And I'm very sure our viewers at home also learned one or two things, or picked one or two things, or corrected one or two things we had in mind about these cultures before. I'd like to say a very big thank you to our crew members and all those behind the scenes present with us in the studio. Thank you very much. Also, a special thanks to my director and producer, Adiola Adebayo. Thank you very much. Also to my executive producer, Mr. Oluwole Adefemi. Thank you very much, sir. I want to sincerely appreciate my humble, eloquent, beautiful, and handsome guests, Adebukola, Christiana, and Miracle. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Please say goodbye to the viewers.
Goodbye, everyone.
Sai Sanu, goodbye.
Kaumesi, goodbye.
Also, thank you to our viewers at home for watching the show Wazobia, where we promote culture. This show would have not been a success without you all. I remain your host, Omodolakpo Abolariwa. Goodbye.